Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome.
Queen Naomi's case is alleged to have taken a new dimension as families storm Islamic school to find out if there is a big fallen tree after their spiritual inquiry in a mirror showed a big fresh tree had fallen on their boy. They said everybody is surprised. Nobody understands, this new dynamics of events happening in this story of Stampede in Ibadan. Now, if this information we are getting is the truth, we have gotten a report that one of those families who lost, a boy in the ill-fated fun fair in Ibadan had gone, of course, to find out, to get a spiritual interpretation of what had happened. Now, for Africans, across the globe, especially those who are not coming home and those who were born this way, a lot of Africans are, traditional people. And as much as, let's say 85% have embraced Christianity, others still believe in what they believe in, okay? Even right here, you see a lot of people who still have their pots and all of that. Well, people are entitled to have their own belief system. So in so many cultures in Africa, when something like this happens, it is, usually not acceptable that a young child, a small child, it's not generally acceptable that children should go before their parents, okay? And so in so many cultures and tradition, when something like that happens, they insist on going to find out what actually happened. So most times, if they say this is the child's destiny, they come back and they bury their by, and if they said no, they now do what they need to do. Most times they do these things to ensure that that kind of situation does not repeat itself in the family again, or to ensure that whoever is responsible pays for what they have done. So I'm just trying to give you a background of what this can be. But what we are hearing, if the information is true, they said this family went to something that is called the mirror. Now, in Africa as well, there's something they call the mirror. Usually, they said, as we heard, that when something like this happens, they go to that place called the mirror. They see everything that has happened, okay? Yeah, it's for strong-minded people. They see everything. Most times they say the by child or the by brother, by sister, by anybody comes out to speak to them in that mirror. And they say that was where this very family, they said they have gone to a mirror to go and check. And right there in the mirror, if the information we are getting is correct, they said they saw a very big tree on their boy, okay? And so now when they left that place, they said they came, they were able to gain access to the Islamic school. Now, since this whole thing happened, Islamic school has been under investigation. The police authority, they've been going back and forth to get all the information, eyewitness and all of that. And so they said these people came out, and while they were there, they were trying to check around that corner where, they picked their child and rushed their child to the hospital. That was the corner that they saw in the mirror. They said they went there to go and check if there was any tree like that or any fallen tree like that. Only to get there, there's nothing whatsoever like that. And so that they have come out, and now they said they started speaking that see what they found where they went to. They said it's not something that is made available there in like it's in the public domain openly, but we are hearing that this is what the family found out, and this is what they are discussing there in Ibadan. That is so disheartening that they just don't know what to make out of it, and they are very unhappy over this, and they have sworn that whoever whoever has a hand, whoever is responsible for what went wrong, that person will never ever go scot-free, that they will do whatever they can do to ensure that, that person pays for everything that they have done. So apparently, the story still goes back to that angle where it's coming from, that this was deliberately done to get Naomi where she is right now. And they are celebrating right now because they feel that indeed Queen Naomi is in that place where they would want her to be. She is in that place where they feel she deserves to be after what has been done. So apparently, from what we are hearing, this is more of a spiritual fight than even a physical one. And it's unfortunate that a woman who had taught well for children, a woman who has been doing this for children, a woman who is not, creating wealth and just using it on herself alone, could find herself in this kind of situation. One of the most noble things to do in this world is to be, to care about the poor, the underprivileged people. Right now, and if you go to Nigeria, a lot of children are hungry. You go even in the streets, in the state capital of Nigeria, you see a lot of destitute children on the street begging for alms. This is not to say you don't see this in other countries, but the truth remains that no matter what we see, you want to help as much as you can. Some people just give alms here and there, 500, 1,000, 10,000, 20,000, depending on what you have. But some people do it in an organized manner, which Naomi does, okay? Now, maybe in her church, she gives here and there, but this is something that she organizes every year to put smiles on the faces of children. Now, this event was going to cost her a total of about 40 million naira because she had made plans to share 5,000 naira for 5,000 children. And the other one was spent to buy clothing, buy food items, buy infant milk, buy so many things that they were going to share to mothers and children in that event. Now, for a woman who is not a senator, a woman who is not a chairwoman, a woman who does not seek any political space to gather resources to do something like this, is because she truly cares about the children. How is it possible that something like this could have happened to this woman? And that is why they said there is nobody in this world that understands the complexities of God's decision making. It is very unfair that this woman has had to go through what she's got to go through. But they said this is exactly what is going on there. This is the rumor that is making the rounds right there in Ibadan, that this was a spiritual fight. That is not one family, it's not two family. That this family had gone to that mirror, found out what had happened. Then the renowned spiritually had come out again to say that it was a spiritually roko that fell on the children and all of that. And apparently this attack was meant for Olori Naomi, but because they could not get her, they went and they pushed that on the children and made it seem as though it is her carelessness. If you have followed this clearly, the brother and the mother came out to speak. They said everything was put in place. The authorities were carried along and everything was put in place. But it's just that this event, this whole fated, event happened around 6:56 when the security guards were supposed to be on ground by 8. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget, these are all alleged, rumored, and speculated information making the rounds on social media.